What's up, party people? Android Stud here, and I have, I think, one of the masterpiece smartphones of 2020. This is the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, and this device is an absolute gem, okay? Now let's get in. I'll get into a couple other things like the camera, the price, but this is my full house review on this device. I've had it for over 30 days, around there, and look, it's special. It's a beauty. The Note series has always been one of those devices that has everything, plus the kitchen sink and also an S Pen. So this thing right here is the game changer. The things that this thing can do as far as the versatility of all the things that it can do. Take pictures, it could do everything. You could draw, you could take notes. I mean, it's phenomenal. I do it for work. It's an absolute joy to use. But let's get into the number one thing that everyone talks about, sort of. I know I do, and that's the price. It's $1,299 for this device, which is one of the most expensive smartphones. It has 128 gigabytes of storage, 12 gigabytes of RAM. It has that Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and back. As you could see, it has that triple threat camera there that is just one of the most impressive camera modules in the world. And the camera is great. It is really great. The video cameras on this are outstanding. The pictures are really good. The front-facing camera has gotten better than it was on the S20, S20 Plus, and S20 Ultra for sure. That was just an absolute, just bad camera. Well, not a bad camera, they just had some issues when it first came out. Now the fingerprint display reader on this Note 20 Ultra 5G, it is the best one that I've seen Samsung do. Look how quick it is. Boom, I'm already in. I'm already in. It has improved so much dramatically. It is absolutely phenomenal. Now, when it comes to the camera, like I said, you get your standard, you get your zoom, you also get your wide angle, you get everything that you want. The other cool thing that you get on this camera is you get something called Pro Mode, which is absolutely great. You can control your audio. I did a video on the audio settings on here where you could pick the front mic, the rear mic. You could also pick a Bluetooth mic if you have wireless earbuds, or even a Bluetooth microphone and a USB microphone. There's so much to the settings on this video camera. I can't get into it in this review, but they are outstanding. Now, you get the Quad H display. I mean, this thing has everything. You have wireless charging, you have fast charging, reverse charging, you have IP68, you have just everything. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but I don't think you're really gonna miss it. If you do want headphones, just hit up Samsung. They'll send you some Type-C headphones. I'll leave a link down to that in the description. But it has been, this thing is an absolute game changer when it comes to smartphones right now. The other thing I want to get into is the battery life. I know that has been talked about and just been crazy. I don't know about you, but they sent a charger with my phone. So just charge your phone if your battery life is bad. Look, Samsung has never really had great battery life on a lot of their phones. But I think it is good enough for me to get me through the day. I know I'm getting 5, 6, sometimes 7 hours of screen on time, and you ask me, well, are you using 120 hertz? Yes, I am. That is the other issue with this phone, not only the battery, but the controversy over the hertz. Okay, so if you're at 60, you could be at Quad HD, but if you want to use adaptive, you have to be at 1080p. So for me, it doesn't really matter. I don't see the difference. I use 60 hertz and I'm happy at Quad HD. I use 120 hertz at 1080p and I'm happy. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. It's not like I'm depressed at night over battery life and the hertz that I'm using in my motion display. It just, I don't get it with people. This phone is definitely a heavy hitter. It is a beautiful phone. It's an absolute Maserati when it comes to smartphones. I have no issues with it. You get dual speakers. They're absolutely excellent on this phone. The display on this is the best in the game. I've always said the Pixel phones have the best camera when it comes to still photos. I've always said that the iPhones have the best video cameras. And I've always said that Samsung has the best display when it comes to smartphones. No one's touching their displays. They're absolutely gorgeous. I think the other manufacturer that comes kind of close is the OnePlus devices now, because that OnePlus 8 Pro has an outstanding display. And then they all fall down from there. You know, line up, you could take your pick as far as who you think has the best display. But this thing is just absolutely, it runs like a champ. 865 plus. You have 12 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. That's the one thing I will say. I thought they went a little skimpy on the storage, but hey, you can put an SD card on here and you're good to go. This is the unlocked variant from Samsung, so you can use it on any carrier. But man, this thing, I'm telling you right now, is got to be the creme de la creme when it comes to devices. 6.9 inch display, 4500 milliamp battery. We talked about that already. Some other things about the device: you get Android 10 out the box, Samsung One UI 2.5. This is the Snapdragon 865 plus. You can get the Exynos version if you go international, but I wouldn't recommend that Exynos right now because it's not really good. Now, on your triple camera, you get 108 megapixel. The 50 times zoom is excellent. I've taken some close-up shots of the moon, which are absolutely great. You get a 12 megapixel standard lens, and then you get the telephoto, 12 megapixel telephoto, and then you also get a ultra wide. You get the laser focus on here, which is great. Now, the good thing I like about this, you get 8K video on here, which is crazy, but you get 4K 60 on the front and rear, which is unheard of, except for the iPhone, which I think a lot of manufacturers need to start doing. But this thing does do well. Now, the selfie camera and video camera is great because you get 4K 60, like I said. But it's absolutely a great device. And then just the features on Samsung UI when it comes to using things like Good Lock, you know, the pen features are, you could just go, there's a plethora of things that you can use on this device. Now, in my full house review, you're probably asking me, how's the battery life? I think it's good enough to get you by. Don't worry about it, okay? What about the 60 and the 120? I wouldn't worry about it. Use what you want to use. Look, they should have 120 hertz at the Quad HD rate. It's a shame that they don't. Maybe they'll add it later. They also should have wide angle 4K 60. They don't have it yet, but at some point they're probably going to add it. At $1,300, you're asking me, would you recommend this device? Look, I would not recommend you spend that much money on a smartphone because that is just steep, especially in 2020 where we're at right now. But I will say this is an absolute gem of workmanship by Samsung. They really did. This device is just premium, okay? It's a luxury item, not as luxury as the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2, but it's definitely up there when it comes to having something that's premium. And if you want to play with the big boys, you're going to have to spend big boy money. Now, I would try to get this on a deal or a trade-in so that you can cut down on the cost. Now you're asking me, I have the Note 10 Plus, should I upgrade? I probably would not, because the Note 10 Plus is still a great device and you're jumping up to $1,300 from $999. If you have the Note 9 or Note 8, I definitely would recommend it, especially if you can get some money for your Note 8 or Note 9 from Samsung. But look, that's gonna do it, man. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of my full house review. And also subscribe to the channel so that you can get involved. Also follow me on Twitter at Android Stud and on Instagram at Android Stud. You guys can check me out there. There it is. There's the gram right there. I'm always posting pictures, doing my thing. Also following some other creators that, look at that. Look at that. This phone is special. So it's definitely one of the best phones I've used in 2020. I definitely would recommend this phone to a lot of people. The price is what scares people away, and I don't blame you because it is an expensive device. Also, you get, let me go into the Twitters. But yeah, leave a comment down below. That's gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I know that everybody's been waiting for my review on this, but it is absolutely just an absolute marvel of device. If you have this, you don't have to worry about it, because I do compare it. It is like a darn computer with the pen, the screen, the processor, the RAM. It is just, you don't need anything else. Just this. Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra 5G, full house review. A beast.